What are key issues in maintaining healthy adulthood? Within any stage of life, maintaining a high standard of health is important for a quality lifestyle free of chronic illness such as obesity and depression. Health is dynamic in that it consistently changes with varying lifestyle factors. Three fundamental focus points of an individual's lifestyle that significantly influence the overall state of health are individual factors, lifestyle factors, and environmental factors, all of which are viewed as interconnecting factors that holistically work together to comprise one's health. Adulthood is a significant stage in any individual's life, as it is a period in which they transition from a state of dependence to independence. With this independence, maintaining a high standard of health can become less of a priority at any given stage in adulthood, middle, early, or late. Lifestyle factors. A lifestyle that is advantageous in promoting healthy adulthood is defined as one that lowers the risk of morbidity and prolongs mortality. An adult's lifestyle is shaped by the socio-cultural determinants within it. Socio-cultural determinants are social and cultural influences, with social determinants including influences such as work, family, and friends. These relationships and interactions shape and influence an individual's attitudes towards health through exposure and also shaping the environments in which they seek to fit into, hence promoting similar behaviours to those around us. These can both be advantageous or detrimental to health. An example of this may be various work colleagues who believe smoking isn't a detrimental health practice, and in doing so, go out for a cigarette in their lunch break, and you yourself joining either to simply fit in or because you are convinced it's okay. Furthermore, the cultural aspect of one's lifestyle includes religious and cultural practices they engage in. These practices can be once daily, once weekly, or once yearly. Religious practices may be health promoting, such as prohibiting the consumption of alcohol. The cultural aspect itself consists of one's behaviours based off cultural beliefs and practices. Examples of this include regular consumption of traditional meals, such as Mediterranean diets, which are high in healthy fats and vegetable dense. This being scientifically proven to lower the risk of health diseases such as obesity. From this, it can be drawn that generally many social and cultural practices can be either advantageous or detrimental to health. And with the independence of becoming an adult or transitioning into adulthood, it is important that the individual researches and consults general health practitioners if unsure whether the practices are advantageous to their health. Environmental factors. This is directly in relation to the geographical location in which an individual spends the majority of their time. This includes living environments at home and also working environments. It considers both natural and built aspects of the environment, which can both greatly influence one's health, with less equitable or significantly polluted areas strongly being correlated to a lower standard of health within individuals in that given population. An example of this impact on living conditions has recently been shown through the study of individuals in higher poverty-stricken areas being associated with a greater likelihood of developing depression and engaging in less advantageous health practices. While built environmental aspects include access to acceptable housing and healthcare facilities. With this being said, if unsure when choosing suitable living conditions, the aspects to consider are the current standard of health within the given population, the access to healthcare facilities, and the pollutant level within the environment. Genetic factors. One's genetics fall under the category of individual factors of health, meaning they are determinants identified within the individual. Genetics refers to inherited traits from parents through genes. These play such a major role in the scheme of an adult's health as they can predispose them to certain illnesses and diseases. An example of this genetic predisposition may be if an individual's parents have diabetes. The likelihood of the offspring developing diabetes is significantly high in comparison to another offspring with parents free of diabetes. However, while an individual's inherited genes may make them more susceptible to a health issue, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will gain the condition. With this being said, it is recommended the family history of a disease and health issues are understood and concerns expressed to the local GP. Identification and early action towards avoiding behaviours which increase already likely chances of gaining inherited illnesses should be understood and avoided. An example of this genetic play may be the one used before, involving family history of diabetes. To avoid the genetic potential of diabetes, the individual would educate themselves on behaviours that decrease the likelihood of gaining this illness. These being engaging in regular physical activity, decreasing sugar consumption, and engaging in regular exercise.